You think you need to speak louder to be respected? Marcus Aurelius commanded the Roman Empire by being the quietest man in the room, and 2,000 years ago he already knew that real power doesn't make noise. It whispers while everyone else screams. This ancient wisdom about strategic patience and silent strength can transform you into someone genuinely dangerous, not through violence, but through unshakable discipline that intimidates without saying a word. The weak talk too much. The strong observe in silence, and the wise act when everyone has already forgotten they were there. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like and comment where in the world you're watching from, because now I'm going to tell you everything. Have you ever wondered if you can be strong without shouting or showing off? Many people think that to have power, you must talk a lot, get noticed all the time, or be the loudest voice in the room. But is this really true? What if true strength is quiet? What if you do not need to prove yourself with noise? These questions are important because silent power is something everyone can learn. It is not about hiding, it is about being calm, using your mind, and staying in control of your actions and feelings. Silent power can help you in many parts of life, from your family to your work. Silent power does not mean you must always be quiet or never speak up. Instead, it means you know when to speak and when to wait. It means you do not need to show your strength every minute. You do not have to let everyone see what you are doing. You are not in a hurry to prove yourself all the time. This power comes from inside you. It is about trusting yourself and making good decisions, even when others do not notice what you are doing. Many people look for attention because they think it will make them respected. They think if people see their work or hear their words all the time, they will seem important. But silent power works differently. People with this kind of power do not talk a lot about what they can do. They show their strength with their actions, not with their words. They do not try to win every argument. They do not join every fight. When you have silent power, you choose your moments. You act when it is the best time, not just when you feel like it. Real power is not about having control over others. It is about being in control of yourself. You choose your actions with care. You do not act because you are angry or because someone wants you to react. You take your time to think. If you feel strong emotions, you wait for them to pass before you act. This is one reason why people with silent power are respected. They do not jump into every problem. They handle their lives with calm and confidence. Let us imagine a day in your life. Maybe you are with your family or at work or with your friends. Something goes wrong. The loud people might start to complain or blame others. They might try to fix everything by making noise. But a person with silent power waits. They watch what is happening. They listen to what others say. They think before they respond. Often, just by staying calm, they help everyone feel better. They do not make the problem bigger. They look for a good solution. Silent power is not something special only for a few people. Anyone can learn it. It starts with small steps. First, you try to listen more than you talk. When someone is speaking, you give them your attention. You do not wait for your turn to reply. Instead, you really hear what they are saying. This helps you understand what people want, what they feel, and what they are afraid of. You learn much more by listening than by speaking. When you listen carefully, people trust you more. They know you respect them. They also see that you are not trying to control the conversation. You let things happen naturally. Silent power grows when you let others talk while you think deeply about what is happening. You notice things that others might miss. Being calm is another important piece of silent power. Many people get nervous when things go wrong. They feel they must fix problems fast. But quick actions are not always the best. If you can stay calm, you can see things more clearly. You can decide what needs your attention and what can wait. Calm people do not waste energy on unimportant things. They save their strength for what matters. Some people think showing power means always winning. They want to win every argument, be the leader in every group, or have the last word in every conversation. But silent power is different. It does not need to win all the time. It is more about choosing which battles are important. You do not need to prove you are right if it does not matter. When you use silent power, you avoid useless fights. You save your time and energy. Another part of silent power is patience. To be patient is to wait for the right time to act, even if you want everything now. Many people feel upset if things do not happen quickly. They want results right away. But silent power means you can wait. You watch and learn. You wait for the best chance to do something. When the time is right, your actions have more effect. People often wonder how you got such good results. The answer is patience. Patience also helps you stay away from useless arguments or fights. If someone tries to make you angry or push you into a discussion, you do not react right away. You wait, you listen, you think. You decide if it is worth your time. Most of the time, you will see it is not important. You keep your peace, and others start to respect your calm way. Controlling what you say is also part of silent power. Sometimes it is easy to say too much when you are angry or excited. But when you keep control of your words, you do not create problems. You do not make enemies just because you said the wrong thing. People feel safe talking to you. They know you will not tell everyone their secrets or say things that hurt. When you control what you say and what you do, you show you are in control of yourself. People start to notice and trust your actions. They may come to you for advice or want your opinion. They see you are calm and careful, and they feel you are someone they can count on. Some people might think that being quiet means you are weak or afraid. They might say you do not want to speak up because you do not have strong ideas. This is not true. Silent power is very strong. When you do not say everything you are thinking, people cannot guess your thoughts or your plans. This keeps you safe from those who might want to stop you. They do not know what you are going to do next, so they cannot get ready to fight you. There is also mystery in being silent. When you are quiet, people wonder what you can do. They wonder about your skills, your knowledge, and your plans. This makes them pay more attention to you, even if you are not asking for it. They respect you more because you do not need to be noticed at every moment. You show confidence because you do not have to prove yourself. Silent power is not something that you get in a single day. It grows when you practice it every day in small ways. If you make mistakes one day, you do not feel bad. You just try again the next day. The more you listen, stay calm, and think before acting, the easier it becomes. You do not need to make big changes all at once. Each small step helps you become more powerful in a quiet way. Let us think about why so many people miss this kind of power. From the time we are young, we sometimes learn that to be noticed, you must talk loudly or show off. In school or with friends, sometimes it feels like people who talk the most are the ones who get attention. But attention does not always mean respect. Over time, people remember those who listen, those who help when it really matters, and those who do not waste time on things that are not important. Silent power is useful in every part of life. In your family, if you can stay calm during a disagreement, people will see you as wise and dependable. At work, if you do not rush to take credit or show off, people notice your results. Your work becomes your message. With friends, silent power helps you handle small fights or stressful moments. Your friends know they can trust you and talk to you. Quiet strength makes people feel safe around you. Silent power helps you with problems too. When something difficult happens, loud action or quick words can make things worse. When you are calm, people listen to you. You can bring a sense of peace to a group that feels stressed or lost. They might not say so, but people will be grateful for your steady presence. One way to build silent power is to practice keeping your plans to yourself. You do not need to tell everyone about your ideas. When you work quietly, you surprise people with your results. They may ask how you did it, and you can decide how much you want to share. You do not need to show off. Your work speaks for you. You also learn to accept that you do not have to be right in every argument. Some discussions are not worth your energy. When you choose your battles with care, you have more power when it truly matters. People might wonder why you do not react or get upset. Eventually, they see you are strong inside. This quiet strength is respected by those who matter most. People who care about quality, trust, and confidence will be drawn to your silent power. They might start coming to you for help because they feel calm around you. They might notice that when you speak, your words are serious and true. You do not waste your voice. Some people worry that if they are quiet, they will never be noticed. But the truth is, people notice those who are steady. When you do things well again and again, word spreads. Respect grows every time you act with care. Your power is not loud, but it is real. History shows many examples of silent power. Some of the most respected leaders did not need to yell or brag about themselves. They made important decisions with calm. They listened to others. They were patient and careful. People wanted to follow them because they created peace, not noise. Anyone can start learning silent power. Try listening more in your next conversation. Try not to speak right away. Wait and ask yourself what the other person is really saying. Watch for the right moment before you act or speak. When you wait, you often find better words and wiser actions. If you feel angry or excited, pause and breathe before doing anything. Give yourself time to calm down. Decide if you really need to speak or if it is better to wait. Often, waiting brings better results because you make fewer mistakes. You do not need to tell other people your plans, your goals, or your problems unless you choose to. Keeping some things private helps you stay in control. If you tell everyone everything, they might use your words against you or try to stop you from reaching your goals. Silent power can even help you with your hopes and dreams. When you work quietly, you can keep going, even if others do not believe in you. Your results will show what you can do. People will be curious how you achieved so much without always making noise about it. Children, adults, and older people can all use silent power. It does not depend on age, money, or where you live. All that is needed is the choice to listen more, wait for the right moment, control your words, and trust your actions. Practice this a little more each day. Over time, it will feel natural. If you ever feel you are not strong enough, remember that power does not have to be loud. It does not need to be seen every minute. The most real power is the kind you hold inside. It helps you deal with problems, connect with others, and live your life with confidence. Silent power is a gift you give to yourself and those around you. This is why silent power matters. It helps you face life with respect, trust, and calm. It lets you make good choices and earn the respect of the people who care. You do not need to fight for attention or try to control others. With silent power, you are in control of yourself, and that is true strength. Silent power becomes real when you begin to notice and understand what happens around you. One of the main ways to do this is by listening. Many people spend their time thinking about what they want to say next or waiting for their turn to talk. When you listen, you are not only hearing words, you are paying attention to the person, to their feelings, to their needs, and to their worries. Listening gives you knowledge that other people miss. Every day, when you listen more than you speak, you gather important details about your world and the people in it. Whenever you meet someone, you can learn something from them. If you listen well, you will see what words they use, how they say those words, and what they are experiencing in their life. Maybe you notice the tone of their voice, the way they pause before answering, or if they seem sad, excited, or unsure. Besides the words, you observe their eyes, their expression, and their body movements. All this helps you see what they really mean, not just what they say out loud. Sometimes people just need to talk, and they need someone who will listen without judging or trying to give advice immediately. When you quietly listen, you allow them to feel safe and respected. This is a simple but strong way of building trust. People feel comfortable coming to you. They sense that you are patient and that you care. When people feel understood, they also open up about more important matters. You get a real look at what matters most to them. Quiet listening does not mean you are being passive or weak. You are not ignoring what happens or letting others make decisions for you. Instead, you are getting all the facts before you act or speak. Many problems appear because people do not listen to each other. They jump to conclusions or answer too fast. When you are listening, you are preparing yourself to make good decisions. You see details that can help you avoid mistakes or help others in the right way. Listening also allows you to see when others are worried or nervous. You sense small changes in their voice, or you notice if someone does not seem as happy as usual. You can offer support without making them feel uncomfortable. Sometimes, just being there and hearing them out is enough to help. When others notice that you are a careful listener, they start to seek your advice. This is because they know you will not give a quick or careless answer. They know you think before you speak. They feel that you respect their opinion and that you are not interested in only talking about yourself. Over time, they will trust your words more. They believe you look at problems from all sides before coming to a conclusion. Listening carefully also helps you stay away from arguments. Many fights begin because someone did not hear what the other person was really saying. Maybe a person was not looking for a solution, only for understanding. By listening, you can calm situations before they grow worse. If you repeat back some of what you heard, like, "I understand you are upset because this task was not finished," it shows that you care. Sometimes, hearing their own words makes people realize what is really wrong or what they want to do next. By listening and showing understanding, you help others find peace and move forward. In your daily life, it is easy to test how listening works. Imagine you join a group of friends or co-workers. Maybe you do not speak much. You just watch and listen. After some time, you begin to see who leads, who follows, who feels worried, and who feels proud. You hear what people repeat often, and you notice what topics make people smile or frown. Listening gives you more information than speaking. You see which ideas excite people and which problems keep coming back again and again. When people feel truly heard, they connect with you. They feel you understand them. If you show interest in their story or in their problem, they will come back to you again in the future. This also makes it easier for you to build relationships at home, at school, or at work. Listening is at the heart of good teamwork, good friendships, and good families. Listening is not only about words. Sometimes people do not know how to explain their feelings. They may act differently or avoid certain subjects. If you pay attention, you can ask gentle questions or simply offer your support. Your silence can make them feel safe enough to share more when they are ready. There are moments when you might not agree with what you hear. Quiet listening does not mean you must accept everything, but it helps you understand other points of view. If someone explains why they feel a certain way, you do not argue. You wait, you ask more questions if needed, and you think about what you have learned. When you later share your opinion, people will listen because they know you have heard theirs. You might find that when you begin to listen more, it is a little difficult at first. You may feel the urge to interrupt or to share your thoughts right away. This is normal. With practice, you learn to wait. When you bite your tongue just for a few more seconds, you let the other person finish. Often, the best parts of a story come at the end, and if you interrupt, you might miss something important. By practicing listening, you build patience. This patience helps you react calmly in difficult situations. You also gain confidence in your ability to handle conversations. You know that when it is your turn to speak, your words will have more meaning because you have all the information you need. At work, listening helps you learn about your team, about what works well and what does not. You understand what motivates people and what makes them feel discouraged. You make fewer mistakes because you have complete information. When leaders listen, workers feel respected. This feeling leads to better cooperation and new ideas. In your family, when you listen, people feel that they can come to you with any problem. Children need parents who listen to their stories, not only those who give orders. Friends need you to hear about their hard times and also little things about their daily lives. Spouses and partners feel close when they can share feelings and worries openly. In your friendships, listening can prevent small problems from growing. When you notice your friend seems sad or upset and you ask softly, "Are you okay?" it can make a big difference. If they want to talk, listen without hurrying them. If they do not want to talk, just being quiet together can also bring comfort. Listening builds your silent power because it connects you to people in a deep way. You learn new things every day, and you store information that may help you or help others. People begin to know that they can trust you, not because you are loud or always talking, but because you listen and because you care about what others say. Trust grows quietly, but it is stronger and lasts longer. Sometimes you can use listening to help find solutions to group problems. If a team at work is arguing about a task, you listen carefully to each person. You do not judge right away. After listening, you might notice that no one actually disagrees. They just use different words. Or you see that the real problem is not the one they are talking about, but something deeper. Because you did not rush to speak, you can connect ideas or show a possible answer that others did not see. At other times, listening can even bring out hidden strengths in others. When you listen to someone and encourage them to speak, they may feel more confident and start to shine. They might have good ideas that they never shared before. Your quiet attention helps them feel valued. Another important part of listening is paying attention to what is not said. Sometimes people avoid certain subjects because they are worried or feeling pain. If you can respectfully notice this, you can give gentle support or remember to check on them later. You do not push, but you also do not ignore signs that something is wrong. When you become known as a good listener, some people may come and talk to you more often. This can be a great responsibility. People may want to share secrets with you or ask for your advice. It is important to protect their trust and not repeat their words unless they ask you to. This is also part of silent power. You keep information safe and use it wisely, never to hurt others or just to get attention. There will be moments when you are tired and do not feel like listening to anyone. You do not need to listen all the time. Silent power means you know when to open your ears and when to take care of yourself. If you need a break, it is okay to be quiet and wait until you have energy again. But when you have the patience and time, listening will always make your relationships stronger. Listening also helps you learn about your own feelings. Sometimes, by hearing others share their problems or dreams, you start to think about your own life. You see things in a new way or find new answers for yourself. Silent power includes understanding others and also understanding yourself. As listening becomes your habit, you begin to notice more about people everywhere you go. At the market, on the bus, or in a waiting room, you notice how people react to good news or bad news, how they talk when they are nervous, or how they act when they are proud. You gather small lessons from life every day. In the world today, many voices are loud and quick. People rush to share their opinions online or in conversations. They want to be heard first, but those who stop and listen are the ones who learn the most. They notice quiet details that others ignore. They see chances for kindness, support, or new ideas. No matter where you are, the habit of listening will always bring you secret strength. Listening is not only for times of peace. In difficult or stressful times, listening is even more important. If there is a problem or loss in your family or workplace, many people may want to talk at the same time. If you can quietly listen, not only to the words but also to the pain and fear behind them, you give comfort. Sometimes you do not even need to answer. Your eyes and attention say, "You are not alone." Learning to listen does not mean you always agree with others. It means you respect them as people. You listen, you think, and when it is your turn, you share your ideas gently and clearly. Others listen to you because you first listened to them. Your quiet words have more meaning because you are not just talking to be heard. Listening is more than just waiting for silence so you can start talking again. It is an active habit where you focus on what others are really saying. It shows them that you value their presence and care about their point of view. Over time, your listening habit gives you silent power that cannot be taken away easily. As you spend more time listening, you will see another benefit. People feel safer with you. They do not worry that you will laugh at their ideas or ignore their problems. They realize you are different from others who are always in a hurry to be the loudest voice. You become the person they come to with their important news, their dreams, or their fears. Over the days and weeks, your life changes. Your connections grow deeper. You make fewer mistakes. You may talk less, but every time you speak, people pay attention. Your words have the weight of careful thought and understanding. Listening has made you strong in a quiet way. Your silent power grows each time you listen with your full attention. There is no age to start using this habit. Children can learn to listen at school or at home. Adults use listening at work and in relationships. Older people often use quiet listening to help younger people with advice or support. Wherever you are in life, listening well brings you closer to silent power. Besides helping with relationships, listening is good for learning. When you pay attention to teachers, speakers, or even strangers, you pick up new ideas and skills. You become a person who learns quickly because you absorb everything around you. Your silent power in learning gives you more tools for every part of life. Some people may not notice your habit of listening. They might think you are shy or not interested. With time, however, your actions and the connections you make will speak for themselves. Those who value patience and understanding will remember you for the calm and care you show. You do not always have to find answers when you listen. Sometimes just hearing a person out is the greatest gift you can give them. If you remember small things people tell you and ask about them later, it shows you are truly paying attention. Even small memories like someone's favorite book or a hard day they had can make people feel very seen and cared for. Listening may seem simple, but it is often the most powerful action. It turns noise into understanding and confusion into peace. It gives you patience, it gives others comfort, and it helps you move through life with more control and clarity. By listening, you control your own voice and actions in every situation. With each day, your silent power grows stronger through careful listening. Soon, you will see that this strength helps you in many other ways. It teaches you patience, gives you wisdom, and helps you make decisions that are calm and effective. When you begin to listen carefully and notice the world around you, you start to understand the importance of waiting for the right moment. It becomes clear that not everything in life needs to happen quickly. In fact, moving too fast often leads to mistakes, stress, and regret. Silent power is built on patience. Patience is the choice to wait, to observe, and to act only when the time is best. In every area of life, patience can change the way you think and act. It shapes your decisions and your relationships with others. Many people find it hard to wait. In daily life, there are pressures to solve problems fast or to reach goals as soon as possible. If someone asks a question, you may feel you must answer right away. If others make quick choices, you might think you need to do the same. Patience is different. It is the opposite of rushing. It means you are not forced by stress or by the actions of people around you. You give each situation the time it needs. This is a sign of silent power. You are in control of your own pace. Patience can help you at work, at school, and at home. Imagine you are given a task at work. Most people hurry because they want to show results and get noticed, but when you give yourself time, you finish with better quality. You make fewer mistakes. You see the details that others ignore. Your work stands out because it is done with care. People start to trust you more because they know you do not take shortcuts. They respect your steady way. In your family life, patience helps with problems and disagreements. If someone is upset or angry, many people want to win the argument or have the last word. But patient people choose to wait. They listen, they allow the other person time to calm down, and they do not react with anger. This keeps peace in the home. Small fights do not grow into bigger problems. Your family sees you as a calm and safe person. They know they can trust you to act with kindness, even when things are difficult. With friends, patience means you do not rush them either. If a friend goes through a hard time or makes a mistake, you allow them to handle things in their own way. You do not push them or force them to hurry. You give them space and time. Your friends will see you as someone who is understanding and who gives them respect. They feel safe with you, and trust will grow. Patience is also useful when you want to learn a new skill or reach a new goal. Many people hope to get results quickly. When they do not see progress, they give up. But if you are patient and put in steady work every day, your skills get better. Slow steps, taken one day after another, can lead to great results. You do not have to hurry. You need only to keep going with calm and care. This is another reason why patience is a quiet kind of strength. When you watch people around you, you may notice that those who wait often succeed. You see that being patient does not mean doing nothing. It means you are preparing, learning, and thinking while you wait. You save your energy and your attention for the right moment. Then, when it is time to act, you are ready. Your actions are stronger and have a greater impact. Patience also stops you from getting involved in fights or problems that do not matter. Sometimes, people want you to take sides quickly or to get involved in drama that is not important. When you are patient, you can wait and watch. You see if the problem is really important or if it will pass on its own. Most of the time, problems do not need your quick answer. Patience helps you save your strength for the things that truly need you. You might wonder how to become more patient, especially if you are used to acting fast. One way to build patience is to remind yourself that time is always moving, and many things do not need an immediate response. If you face a problem, give yourself permission to wait before you react. It is okay to take a breath and think. You can say, "I need to think about this," or "Let me have some time." Doing this helps you avoid mistakes. Another way to practice patience is to notice your feelings. Sometimes you may feel angry, worried, or excited. These strong emotions can push you to act fast. If you feel your emotions rising, pause and give them a moment to pass. When you are calm, you can see the situation more clearly. Decisions made in a calm state are almost always better than those made in anger or fear. Other people may not always understand your patience. They may think you do not know what to do or that you are slow. But over time, the results of your actions will show your true ability. People will begin to see that by waiting, you choose the best time for everything. They will notice that your plans work, that you handle problems well, and that you do not waste energy on things that do not matter. It is important to remember that patience does not mean ignoring what needs to be done. It is about choosing when to do it. If something really needs your attention, you will act. The difference is that you act with care and thought, not with panic or pressure. You do not miss your chance, but you do not let others force your timing either. Sometimes you may feel that being patient is too hard. Maybe you are waiting for someone to change, or for an answer to something important. Waiting can feel lonely or frustrating, but the more often you wait calmly, the easier it gets. Patience grows with practice. Each day you get stronger and more sure of your quiet power. In difficult times, patience is even more important. For example, if you have a problem that does not have a quick solution, patience is the only way forward. It helps you hold steady. You do not give up just because the answer is not here today. You trust that if you keep trying, a better moment will come. Patience is also very helpful when you are helping others. Sometimes people need time to understand their own feelings or to find their own answers. If you rush them, they may feel nervous or pressured. If you give them time, they are more likely to find peace and make good choices. They will be thankful for your kindness and patience. There are times when staying patient is hard because you see others moving fast. You may feel pressure to keep up or to match their speed. When this happens, it helps to remember your own goals. If you know what is important to you, you can wait for your best moment. You do not need to copy the pace of other people. Your life has its own rhythm. Children and adults both need patience. Small children learn by repeating things again and again. They sometimes get things wrong and they need support and time. Adults also need patience to get through big changes and to face new problems. A patient person is calm in hard times. This calmness helps others feel safe and gives them hope. In the world today, many people want things right away. They look for fast answers to every question. They want to skip the hard parts. But the most important changes in life take time. Strength, skill, trust, and understanding all grow slowly. If you are patient, you will have these things, while others only have quick results that do not last. As each day passes, you will notice chances to use patience. When waiting in a line, let yourself breathe and look at the world around you. If someone is slow to understand something, give them time. If you feel angry or upset, do something quiet and wait for your feelings to calm. Each small moment of patience adds up. In time, you will realize that being patient has made you a stronger and more respected person. Patience brings peace to your relationships. It stops you from saying words you later regret. It helps you let go of small mistakes, both your own mistakes and those of others. When you are patient with yourself, you can learn from your errors instead of feeling shame. If you are patient with others, they trust you more and feel safe around you. You can help others learn patience too. If you work with children, show them how to wait a little longer. Praise their efforts when they try, even if the results are not fast. With adults, repeat the idea that time is not the enemy. You become a model for calm, steady living. Patience can even help you save money, time, and energy. Many people spend too much because they want things too soon. If you can wait, often you find a better choice, a better price, or decide you do not need the thing at all. Waiting helps you spend only on what matters most. If you want to see how patient you are, try keeping track of your feelings during the day. Write or think about the times you feel rushed or upset. Each time, ask yourself if waiting just a little longer would help. Soon, you will start to notice changes in the way you think and act. Life gives many reasons to practice patience. Sometimes you wait for a response from someone important. Sometimes the answer to a question takes time to appear. Sometimes you must wait for your health to improve, for your skills to grow, or for someone to forgive you. In every case, waiting with calm brings better results. Being patient does not mean life is always easy. You may feel stressed by work, family, or health. When these moments come, remind yourself that feelings pass and time helps heal many things. Do something gentle for yourself, like resting, reading, or walking. Each act of patience is a sign of your silent power. You may also notice that patient people are often chosen to solve the big problems at work or in the community. Others want them in meetings or on teams because they do not panic. They inspire confidence and bring order to confusion. Their slow and steady way leads to good decisions. Patience gives you the power to stop and think before you speak. If someone makes you angry, you do not need to answer right away. Waiting helps you avoid harsh words. People who take time to reply are trusted more because they show self-control. Patience helps you keep promises. If you say you will do something, even if it is hard or boring, stay with it. Others see your steady effort and trust you more each day. You build your good name slowly. Some people are patient but do not look strong. Others are patient and also respected. The difference is that true patience is active, not passive. You notice what matters, and you choose when and how to act. You do not give up. You keep trying until the goal is reached. Patience is useful in every part of life. In conversations, it helps you wait while the other person thinks. In learning, it helps you give new ideas the time they need to grow. In love, it helps you forgive and support those who are important to you. In work, it helps you finish big tasks with care. At times, patience means letting go. If you cannot change something right away, accept that change will come later. You do not use up all your energy trying to fix the unfixable. You wait, you watch, and when the time is right, you try again. This gentle rhythm brings peace. If you help care for someone, patience helps you treat them with kindness. People who are sick, sad, or scared need time to feel better. Your calm presence tells them you are not going anywhere. They trust you more and feel safer because you do not rush them. Patience also allows you to enjoy life more. Instead of always waiting for the next thing, you notice the good in your day right now. You feel grateful for what you have, and you are less bothered by what you do not have yet. Joy grows in a life where patience is practiced every day. The skill of being patient never stops helping you. As you grow older, you see more and more moments when waiting was the best choice. You teach this lesson to others, not just with your words, but with your actions. People remember your calm and your gentle strength. Patience is a big part of silent power because it is quiet, steady, and true. You do not need to shout, show off, or rush to prove yourself. You wait, you prepare, and you act with care. This way, your actions are noticed and respected. With each moment that you choose patience over hurry, you make your life more peaceful and strong. Every peaceful action, every careful decision, every gentle word grows your silent power, not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. When you start to become patient in your daily life, you also notice it is important to control what you say and do. Patience helps you wait for the best time, but self-control protects your actions and your words, so you do not create more problems for yourself or for others. Silent power is not possible without discipline over your feelings, behaviors, and the way you speak. The more control you have over your own words, actions, and emotions, the stronger and more trustworthy you become. Many people do not think before they speak. When they feel upset or excited, they say things quickly. Sometimes these words cause pain or trouble, even if that was not their plan. Self-control begins with the choice to stop and think. When something happens that makes you feel big feelings, like anger, stress, or surprise, it is hard to stay quiet. But with effort, you can learn to pause, take a breath, and ask yourself if you really need to say anything right away. If you can wait a few heartbeats before answering, your words will be more careful and thoughtful. The same is true for your actions. People sometimes do things just to prove a point or to react to what others are doing. For example, if someone shouts at you, it feels natural to shout back. If everyone else joins a discussion, you might want to join too, even if you do not have something important to add. But silent power comes from deciding which actions are needed and which are not. You do not have to answer every challenge or become part of every situation. You save your actions for what matters most, and you avoid making choices that you will later regret. Self-control over your emotions is one of the hardest parts, but it is also the most important. It is easy to let anger, sadness, or excitement guide what you do. Often people act quickly when their feelings are strong, and later they wish they could go back and choose differently. Controlling emotion does not mean you try to stop feeling. You can feel anything that comes, but you wait until you are calm before taking action. When you are calm, you think more clearly, and your decisions are careful. You do not allow your emotions to control your actions. Instead, you use wisdom to decide what is really best. Practicing self-control every day builds silent power in small ways. When you listen to others before speaking, you gain more information. When you wait before sending a message or reacting, you find better words. If something makes you angry at work or at home, you might decide to step outside, breathe deeply, and return when you are ready. These little actions show strength, and people around you begin to trust your calm reaction, even when times are difficult. You might notice that people who often lose control of their words or actions also create a lot of problems in their lives. If someone always argues or complains, others may avoid them. If a person shares secrets or talks badly about others, people stop trusting them. When you have self-control, you protect your good name and keep respect from your family, friends, and co-workers. Controlling your words also means not repeating everything you hear. Many problems start with gossip. If someone tells you something that is not for everyone to know, you do not share it. You hold it in confidence. This silent respect for privacy is another powerful part of silent power. Others will know they can trust you with private matters, and they will choose you when they need real help. Even when you have something important to say, it helps to think first. Ask yourself, will this help the situation? Am I speaking out of anger or because I am trying to help? Sometimes, it is better to wait and choose another moment to speak. Sudden words often become sharp words. Your actions also tell people about your character. If you only help others when you want a favor, people see through it. If you act kindly even when no one is watching, trust grows. If you make a mistake, admit it quietly. If you succeed, there is no need to shout about it. You let your good work speak for itself. In this way, self-control supports a life of calm and strength. In situations where emotions are high, like during an argument or a big change, self-control can keep things from getting worse. If someone is shouting and you remain calm, you do not add more anger. If others rush, you move at your own steady pace. People notice and respect those who keep control when everyone else loses it. You also control your digital words. In today's world, many people write messages on the phone or post online with little thought. Quick words on a screen often bring hurt feelings or misunderstandings. If you feel upset, wait before writing or posting. Read your words again before sending them. Ask yourself if they show care and respect. If not, change them or wait until you feel calm again. Self-control is not the same as being cold or hard. You can still be warm, loving, and open. You simply choose when and how to express your feelings. For example, you may feel very happy or proud, but you do not need to demand praise. If you are upset, you do not shout or act rude. You talk in a way that helps others hear you. Your words and your actions build trust and keep peace among people. Some people may try to make you lose control. They test your patience, insult you, or try to push your limits. Silent power lets you see these tests for what they are. You do not have to react. You can ignore bad behavior or walk away. If you must respond, you do it calmly and with few words. People who cannot make you angry lose their power over you. In some moments, it is important to be firm. Maybe you have to say no or stand up for yourself. Self-control is not weakness. Saying no calmly and with respect shows your strength. You do not blame others, but you protect your own needs without drama. If you offer advice, you do so to be helpful, not to control anyone. If you receive criticism, you accept what is helpful and let go of what is not. Building self-control takes practice. Start small. Each day, choose one thing to control better. Maybe decide not to complain about small problems, or wait a full minute before replying to something that makes you upset. The more you practice, the stronger your control grows. Even if you make mistakes, try again. Over days and weeks, you will notice that you become calmer and more balanced, even when life is hard. Controlling your impulses also saves energy. If you do not argue about things that do not matter, you have more energy for things that do. You avoid stress, and your life feels more peaceful. You gain the respect of people around you and gain a reputation for wisdom and calm. This is the true reward of silent power. When you have mastered your words and your actions, you inspire others to do the same. People pay attention to you even if you do not ask them to. They come to you for advice, or they choose you in times of difficulty because they know you do not make problems worse. You become a trusted person, someone who brings calm where it is needed. There will be days when your control feels weak. Maybe you are tired, sick, or under great stress. On these days, your feelings seem stronger and harder to keep inside. If you notice you are losing control, take a break. Rest, drink water, or step away from the situation. When you have energy again, return and choose how to act. It is also important to forgive yourself when you make a mistake. No one is perfect, and even the calmest persons sometimes lose control. The key is to recognize when it happens and try to do better next time. Over time, people do not remember your small mistakes. They remember your steady way. Self-control also helps in moments of success. Sometimes great news makes you want to celebrate loudly or show off. But silent power means you keep your excitement simple and kind. You can share happiness with others, but without making them feel less important. You enjoy your success in a way that brings people closer, not in a way that divides. If you face injustice or see someone being treated badly, self-control does not mean staying silent forever. It means thinking first, choosing the right moment, and acting in a way that can bring real change. Often, careful action and well-chosen words are more powerful than shouting or anger. Self-control can guide you in how to spend your time as well. Many people become distracted by small things or bad habits. By choosing your actions carefully, you make time for what is truly important. If you want to learn or improve, self-control helps you say no to things that are not useful. Each choice builds your future. When you control your words, you also control how others see you. People will know that you do not say things just to please them or to win arguments. They know you mean what you say. Your promises count for more. Your opinions are respected. You are not easily influenced by bad ideas or strong emotions from others. This control gives you freedom. When you are not busy fighting, defending, or proving yourself, you have more space to enjoy life and help others. You notice opportunities that others miss because they are too busy reacting or complaining. Self-control adds value to every relationship. With family, your calm way makes home a peaceful place. With friends, you become someone easy to talk to. At work, people can trust you with responsibility. Even in groups of strangers, your silent power stands out. It gives confidence to those around you. Sometimes, you will see that your self-control helps solve problems more quickly. If two people are arguing, your calm voice can help them stop and listen. If a plan is not working, your careful words can help the group see new solutions. You do not waste time making things worse. You focus on making things better. You can also use self-control to break old habits that do not help you. If you usually react with anger or worry, practice doing something else instead. Take a deep breath, count slowly, step out of the room, say nothing for a moment. Each small act builds your power. When you practice this kind of discipline, you grow as a person. Your life does not swing up and down with every feeling or problem. You have a steady light inside you. You do not panic when things go wrong, and you do not get carried away by praise or excitement. Silent power is strong, quiet, and gentle. Helping others also becomes easier when you have self-control. If a friend or family member is upset, your calmness helps them feel safer. They know you will listen and not judge too quickly. You can wait for them to be ready to talk, and you do not add more stress to their day. As you learn to control your words and actions, you also develop patience and better listening, all parts of silent power. These skills work together. You do not let emotions lead you into trouble. Instead, you build peace wherever you go. If you ever start to doubt your silent power, remember that real strength is not about being loud or always winning. It is about doing what is right, with kindness and control, even when others are not watching. You become a person who acts out of choice, not out of habit or pressure. Self-control makes your silent power visible to others, not through noise, but through steady, careful action. It is a type of power that does not fade when things are hard. People remember your words, your actions, and the way you help others feel safe and respected. This memory lasts much longer than noise and is the foundation of real trust and respect between people. When you use self-control in your life, you begin to see that many people do not understand the strength in being silent. All around us, there is the idea that you must speak up, make noise, or show your force to be respected. Some people believe that you must always take the first step, always win every fight, or always have the last word. They may think that being quiet is the same as being afraid or weak. This belief is very common, but it does not show the truth about real power. If you watch people who are loud and always trying to be noticed, you can see they often do not gain true respect. They might get some attention for a short time, but others may feel tired of the noise. People around them may begin to keep secrets from them or stop trusting them because loud actions can hide mistakes or bad intentions. True respect grows quietly. It is built by many actions over many days, not by shouting or forcing people to listen. When you practice silence, you protect yourself from being pushed into every discussion or every argument. You can watch what happens and think before you act or speak. If someone is angry and tries to bring you into their problems, you do not have to answer right away. If others try to make you pick a side, you can stay quiet and listen. Many times, when you do not get involved, the problem goes away on its own. This protects your energy, your mind, and your reputation. Sometimes people may say things like, "You are too quiet," or "Why do you not speak up more?" They may want you to join their noise. They might think you do not have opinions or that you do not care. But when you look closely, you will see that silence can make people curious. When you do not show all your thoughts, they start to wonder what ideas you have. When you do speak, your words have a special weight because they are not spoken all the time. Each comment you share is more powerful and respected because you do not use words carelessly. Staying quiet does not mean you never talk, never help, or never take charge. It means you choose your moments. You wait to speak until you really have something important to say. You join action only when it makes a real difference. You do not waste your strength on things that are not meaningful. This approach makes people look at you in a different way. They notice your calm, your patience, and your steady manner. They start to ask for your ideas or your help. There is another kind of strength in being silent. When others do not know your next step, they cannot easily stop your plans or turn them against you. By keeping your ideas and feelings private, you give yourself more space to make careful choices. You do not have to explain yourself all the time. You keep some things just for yourself. This is not being dishonest. It is keeping control of your own path. Silence also means you respect others. By letting people talk, you show them that their words matter to you. When you do not cut them off or argue about every detail, they feel more comfortable and safe around you. Even people who like to speak a lot will notice that you listen. They might begin to slow down and listen back. In this way, your silence helps create calm and order, both for yourself and for everyone nearby. Sometimes, the strongest answer is no answer at all. If someone tries to insult you or make you angry, silence keeps the situation from getting worse. If a person wants to start a fight and you do not join, soon they have no one else to argue with. Your silence protects your peace. It shows you are not afraid and that you do not need to prove yourself with loud words or with drama. Some people might think that if you do not show your feelings, you do not care or that you do not feel anything. But silence does not mean you are empty inside. It means you are careful. You guard your feelings because you know that not everyone needs to know everything about you. When you share your feelings only with people who have earned your trust, you protect your heart and your mind. Others often notice this. They begin to treat your words more gently because they know you do not make everything public. Being silent gives you time. You do not have to rush decisions or fight for attention. You use that time to watch. You see how people behave when they think no one is watching. You see the real reasons behind their actions. This careful watching makes you ready for whatever happens next. When you live with silent strength, you will sometimes see people try to test it. They may push you with words or actions. They might tease you or say things they know are not true. If you answer them loudly, you fall into their plan. If you stay silent, you keep your power. They do not know if they have reached you or made you upset. Soon, they may give up. There can be pressure from groups to act a certain way. At work, in families, or with friends, sometimes people expect you to join them in complaints, gossip, or arguments. When you are silent, you do not become part of these negative situations. You hold your ground. You do not judge others, but you do not enter the noise. This helps you keep your own peace and often makes others quieter too, just by your example. People may sometimes call you mysterious. They may wonder what you think or what you plan to do next. This is not a bad thing. When people are not sure about you, they watch with more attention. When you finally do act, your actions will surprise and impress them. Over time, people start to trust your judgment, even if they do not always understand your silence. Perhaps you are in a group and everyone is shouting ideas. You sit quietly listening. When the group cannot find an answer, you say only a few slow, careful words. Because you did not talk the whole time, everyone listens. Your words carry weight. Small actions, done quietly, stand out in a world full of noise. Sometimes your silence will help you avoid being misunderstood. The more you speak, the easier it is to be taken the wrong way. By waiting to speak, you protect yourself from problems that come from wrong words. If you do get misunderstood, silence can give you time to think, so that your next words fix the problem instead of making it worse. This does not mean you are hiding or running away. It is about choosing what is worth your energy. If a subject is small or leads only to conflict, you let it go. You keep your energy for the times and the people who matter the most. When you do choose to speak, you do so with care. Being silently strong touches every part of life. At work, you are the person who does not complain without reason or react to every little problem. This makes people want to trust you with bigger tasks or private information. At home, you are the one people feel calm around. Your steady quiet makes it safer for others to speak or to ask for your help. Among friends, you are the one who can listen and give advice only when asked. This is what makes people come back to you again and again. People may find it difficult to believe that silence is a kind of strength until they see it themselves. Over time, the respect you receive because of your silence is deeper and more lasting than the quick attention that loud people receive. You do not need to compete with noise. Your actions, your decisions, and the peace you create show your strength without any need to announce it. With silent power, you are less likely to make enemies. You do not rush to take sides, say harmful things, or get pulled into trouble that is not yours. Because you do not speak without thinking, people feel safe with you. Even if they do not always agree with you, they know you are fair and honest. It is easy to get caught up in the idea that everyone needs to listen to you all the time. But think about the people whom you respect the most. Often, they are the people who speak slowly and carefully, who do not interrupt, and who do not talk about themselves all the time. These are people who seem calm when others are upset. These are the people we want to follow or get advice from. That is the effect of silent power. Keeping your plans quiet is also important. You may have goals, dreams, or ideas that you are working on. If you talk about them too much, other people may doubt you, try to stop you, or judge you before you have begun. When you keep your plans private, you keep control. You are free to change your direction without having to explain yourself. When you finally reach your goal, your actions will speak for you. Being silent does not mean you never share. With the right people at the right time, sharing can build trust and closeness. But you choose those times carefully. When you need help or advice, you speak with those you trust. You listen as much as you share. This balance is a sign of real wisdom. When you hear that you must always be loud, always be seen, remember that these ideas come from fear. People are often afraid that if they are not seen, they do not matter. But when you hold silent power, you know that your value does not come from what everyone sees or hears. It comes from inside you, from your choices and your quiet control. Others will come to notice this, even if it takes time. Silence also gives you the chance to learn and notice things that others do not. When you are not busy talking, you can watch, listen, and learn. You see who is honest and who is not. You see who works hard and who only pretends. You learn how people act when they think no one is paying attention. All this information helps you make smarter choices in life. In hard times, silent power is even more clear. When something goes wrong, some people panic and make noise. But the person who stays quiet, watches, and then takes careful action becomes the leader in those moments. Others turn to the calm person because noise does not solve big problems. Steady action does. If you feel pressure to prove yourself by talking or showing off, remember that your silent actions will mean more than any words. You do not need to tell everyone what you can do. When results appear, people will know what you bring. When they see your steady work, your quiet help, and your honest presence, they will respect and value you without loud praise. It may take practice to feel comfortable with silence. You might sometimes feel alone or unsure when others are loud. But with time, you will see that silence is the safest and strongest way to move through life. The calm that silence brings is a gift to you and all those close to you. It never leaves you, even in the middle of stress or worry. Silence connects to other skills in your life. It works with patience, careful listening, and self-control. Each quiet act builds your strength, and every moment you hold back instead of reacting shows your silent power. Over the years, as you become more comfortable with silence, you begin to notice that others rely on you more, trust you more, and want to work with you or be your friend. If you ever doubt the worth of silent power, remember that every community and every family needs at least one person who can stay quiet and steady when things are hard. These are the people who help fix problems, keep peace, and remind others of what matters most. In your life, there will be times when you have to choose between making noise or holding silence. If you choose silence with care, you will always make better decisions and keep your strength for the moments that truly matter. The world may not always value quiet, but true strength does not need to be proven with words. It lives in the choices you make and in the trust you earn. With silent power, you build respect without demanding it. You create peace without fighting for it. And you leave a deep memory with everyone you meet, not because you were loud, but because your quiet actions changed things for the better. Learning how to use silent power does not require special talent or a special place. It is something that anyone in any situation can build step by step, beginning with small actions every day. By observing people who practice quiet strength, you will see that their habits make them calm and dependable. You can create these same habits too, starting with simple changes that make a big difference over time. The first step in developing silent power in daily life is to use listening more often than speaking. When you are at home, at work, or with friends, decide to really listen to what others say. Set aside your own thoughts, even for a little while. Look at the person who is speaking. Notice their face, the sound of their voice, and the words they use. Do not interrupt or finish their sentences. Wait until they are done. When you do this, people feel respected. They trust you more because they see that you value what they say. Another way to use silent power is to wait before making decisions, especially when you feel angry or excited. For example, if something upsets you early in the morning, you do not have to react immediately. You can take a walk, have a glass of water, or simply sit in silence for a few minutes. When you come back to the situation, you will notice that your feelings have changed. Your answer will be calmer and wiser. With practice, this habit becomes easier and more natural. Keeping your plans and thoughts private is also important. You do not always have to share your dreams, worries, or plans with everyone. Think about whether telling someone your ideas will help you, or if it is better to keep it safe until you are ready to act. This helps you focus on your goals without worrying about what others will think or say. It also means you are less open to negative comments, which can make you doubt yourself. In daily life, you will often be invited to join arguments or to give opinions about things that do not truly matter. Silent power means choosing not to join every discussion. If someone at work complains, you can listen without agreeing or disagreeing. If a friend tries to bring you into a fight, you can stay quiet. Over time, people will see that you do not waste your time on small problems. They will trust you to focus on what is really important. Practicing patience is another way to build silent power. When you want something, like a result, a new skill, or an answer, remind yourself it is fine to wait. Instead of feeling upset, use that time to gather more information or to think carefully about your next step. If you are learning something new, allow yourself to make small mistakes. Each day, you will see how much you have grown, even if the change is slow. Controlling your feelings in daily life is not always easy. You may feel sadness, anger, or stress at different times of the day. You might want to shout, argue, or complain. But when you notice these feelings, take a deep breath first. You can tell yourself simple words like, "I will wait," or "let me think for a moment." When you give yourself time, the strong feeling starts to quiet. Then you can act, if needed, in a calm and gentle way. Being careful with your words is one more practice of silent power. The words you choose can bring peace or cause hurt. Before saying anything in anger or excitement, pause and think. Ask yourself if your words will help or if silence is better. If you must speak, use kind and simple words. If you make a mistake, say you are sorry without making excuses. People notice when you speak wisely, and they begin to listen more carefully to you. It is also useful to keep your opinions private when you do not have all the information. If someone asks you to judge a situation you do not fully understand, you can say that you want to hear more before giving your view. This stops you from making quick, wrong choices. It shows others that you are serious and careful. In your daily habits, practice being slow and mindful. When you eat, focus on your food. When you walk, notice where you are going and what you see. If you spend time with someone, Put away your phone or other distractions. These small acts teach your mind to enjoy the present moment and to pay real attention. They also help you feel calmer and less rushed, which makes it easier to use silent power when it truly matters. You can also control your use of technology. Today, many people react quickly to messages, emails, or social media. It is easy to reply with emotion instead of thought. Silent power means you do not have to answer everything right away. Wait until you are calm. Read what you wrote before you send it. If you are not sure, wait even longer. This helps you avoid problems and keeps your words soft and true. Practicing silent power also means watching how other people act. Notice who always talks, who listens, and who acts without speaking much. Pay attention to how different people react in hard times or when there is a problem to solve. You will see that the calmest, quietest people are often the ones who solve things well. Learn from what you see. Use those habits in your own life. If you make mistakes, and everyone sometimes does, do not judge yourself too harshly. If you spoke too quickly or acted out of anger, use it as a lesson. Ask yourself what you could do next time. Forgive yourself, and then focus again on being more silent and calm in the future. Building silent power is not about being someone else. It is about finding your own way of being steady, quiet, and kind. You may have a soft voice or a more loud voice. You might like crowds or to be alone. Silent power is something each person can use in their own life, in their own way. Children can learn silent power from parents and teachers who show it in everyday habits. You can model listening, patience, and careful words for children. Show them how to wait their turn, how to speak only when needed, and how to calm down when they are upset. Praising children when they do these things helps them repeat the good actions. Adults can use silent power at work, with friends, and in their own self-care. If your day feels full and noisy, set aside short times just to sit quietly or walk without talking. Notice how your mind relaxes and your thinking gets clearer. In meetings, practice listening to everyone before you speak. With friends, practice asking questions and hearing their answers fully. In all relationships, put care and respect first, using your quiet actions to show your values. In families, silent power helps in times of conflict. If people are upset, do not try to solve everything with quick words. Sit quietly for a moment. Let everyone calm down. Then, when people are more comfortable, use slow and gentle words to solve the problem. Over time, your family will learn to trust your way of fixing things. Silent power can also guide your decisions about money, time, and health. If you think before you spend, you make better decisions. If you pause before agreeing to take on new tasks, you avoid feeling too busy or tired. If you choose simple food and rest when you need it, your body feels stronger and your mind feels more peaceful. As silent power grows in your life, you will notice small but important changes. People will start to trust you with secrets or difficult tasks. Friends and co-workers will ask for your advice, knowing your words are careful and honest. You may be trusted to handle big problems, not just simple ones. You will feel more comfortable with yourself, knowing that you can control your reactions, your words, and even your thoughts. Silent power also brings a kind of freedom. When you do not have to join every fight or prove yourself to everyone, you have more time and energy for what matters most. You become less afraid of what others think. You worry less about being perfect. You trust your own path and listen to your own voice, not just the loudest voices around you. When you are quiet and careful, you can see opportunities that others do not notice. At work, you might notice a small mistake before it becomes a big problem. In friendships, you see when someone needs help before they have to ask. In family life, you can feel when someone is sad or worried, even if they do not use words. Your quiet presence is a source of comfort and help for others. Your actions, even the small ones, begin to change how other people feel around you. They may feel more peaceful, less worried, and more ready to listen. Just by being calm and quiet, you help create a better environment for everyone. If you want to keep growing silent power, set one small goal each week. It can be to listen more, to wait before you answer a difficult question, or to keep one plan private until you are ready to share it. At the end of the week, notice how you feel and how others reacted to you. Adjust your goal the next week. Make it bigger if you are ready, or choose a new area of life to practice in. Some days will be easier than others. On a busy or stressful day, you may forget and react quickly. That is normal. Silent power does not come all at once. It is built by many small choices, day after day. Each time you pause before acting, each time you listen more, you are making your silent power stronger. If you find it hard to stay quiet in a group, practice at home first. When watching television or reading news, try to listen without speaking about it right away. Later, use the same practice with friends or co-workers. Slowly, your comfort with silence grows. If you want to teach silent power to others, live your life with these habits. People learn more from watching actions than from hearing advice. When others see your calm way during an argument, your careful words, or your quiet help, they may want to try these habits themselves. Sometimes people will ask why you do not react quickly, or why you are so quiet. You can simply say you like to think before you speak, or that you want to hear everyone's ideas. Over time, you will become known as someone who is wise, caring, and peaceful. When you have practiced silent power for many months or even years, you may notice that you attract people who are kind, peaceful, and strong. Your circle of trust grows, work becomes easier, relationships are less full of conflict. You find more and more moments of joy, even on hard days. Silent power is not about being passive or lazy. It is about being careful with your energy, your words, and your time. It is a gentle strength that grows as you use it more. It can even help you as you face big changes like new jobs, moving to a new city, or becoming a parent. The habits of patience, listening, and careful action will help guide you each step of the way. You can use silent power to support others who are struggling. If someone is nervous, listen quietly instead of rushing to fix their problem. If someone says unkind words, let it pass in silence if possible. If a child is learning something new, show patience in your words and actions. Quiet encouragement can be very strong. Over the years, silent power becomes a natural part of who you are. It is not just something you use in special moments, but something that guides all your decisions. When you have real silent power, you notice that you are less tired at the end of the day. You sleep better and feel more satisfied with your life because you have spent your energy wisely. Building silent power will change the way you see yourself. Instead of judging your value by how loud you are or how much attention you get, you judge yourself by your calm, by your actions, and by the respect you give and receive. This quiet confidence is clear to those around you and creates new chances for friendship, for love, and for success. With practice, you find that silent power is strong, steady, and helps every part of your life run more smoothly. Even when you make mistakes, you can begin again. Every day gives you a new chance to listen, to wait, to act with care, and to keep growing your quiet strength. Silent power can be seen in small daily actions, but it can also be seen in the stories of people who changed the world. There have been leaders throughout history who were not known for loud voices or strong hands, but for calm actions and quiet thinking. These leaders did not need to shout to be respected. They did not push people to obey by using fear. Instead, they gained loyalty with patience, careful words, and steady choices. One example of this kind of leader was Marcus Aurelius. He was a man who lived a very long time ago in a land ruled by emperors. Many people around him thought that power comes from strength shown on battlefields or from giving many orders loudly. But Marcus Aurelius believed in thinking before acting. He spent time each day writing in his own notebook, planning his words and his actions. He stayed calm with his people and even with his enemies. When others became angry or afraid, he kept his mind clear and his words gentle. People trusted him, not because he made the most noise, but because he made decisions that were fair for many people, not just a few. Marcus Aurelius also showed by his example that silent power is possible during hard times. He faced many problems when he was leader. There were wars, sickness, and people who tried to take his place. Even when many things went wrong, he stayed quiet and focused. He did not spend his energy arguing or giving more speeches. Instead, he listened to his workers, he watched what happened, and he waited for the right time to act. His silent way helped his people stay calm even when the world around them was full of fear. Another leader with silent power was Abraham Lincoln. He lived more than 150 years ago. During his time, there was a big war inside his country. Many people fought, argued, and tried to force each other to do what they wanted. Abraham Lincoln did not answer hate with more hate. He listened to everyone, even to people who did not like him. He spoke few words, but when he did talk, his message was simple and clear. He chose his moments to speak, and sometimes he chose silence, especially when people around him were loud and angry. Many people wanted quick answers, but he waited until he was sure of the right step. His quiet way helped to hold his country together in a period of great trouble. There was also a woman named Mother Teresa. She did not lead armies or make strong speeches. She worked in places where many people were sick, lonely, or forgotten. She listened to those who were sad and helped those who others ignored. She did not try to become famous. She worked in silence and helped one person at a time. People saw her kindness and how she did not care about praise. Even when she was given big awards, she spoke only simple words and continued doing her gentle work. The world noticed her power because it was simple, strong, and quiet. Another example is Nelson Mandela, a man who lived in a country where people were divided by law and by hate. For many years he was not free. During those years he stayed quiet and did not use violence even when others did. He waited, he listened, and he learned what people needed. When he became free and was chosen as a leader, he did not use anger or noise to get back at those who had hurt him. He spoke about working together and forgiving. He did not try to be the loudest voice. He worked in quiet ways, bringing people together who were once divided. His calm and patient actions changed many lives. These people did not want to be famous, but their examples traveled far and wide. They used silent power to solve big problems. They are remembered many years later, not for loud talk, but for wise actions and quiet strength. Each of them faced situations where it would have been easy to shout, blame others, or give up. Instead, they used patience, listening, careful words, and gentle actions. The habits those leaders practiced are the same ones anyone can use. They listened carefully to other people, even people who were angry or did not agree with them. They did not talk about themselves all the time. They showed patience, sometimes waiting many months or years before acting on new ideas. They controlled their words. When things went wrong, they did not blame, insult, or try to prove they were smarter. They waited, thought, and spoke calmly, even when other people tried to make them angry. They saved their energy for actions that really mattered. Silent power also helped them keep strong relationships. People who worked with them reported feeling calm, safe, and important. Their friends and workers trusted them because they did not use force or fear to lead. People wanted to share their news and ideas with these leaders because they knew they would be respected and listened to. These leaders managed to solve problems in small steps, not with big shows. They saw that trust and respect cannot be demanded. They must be built little by little through what you do every day. You can see silent power in people who work in schools too, like teachers who look after students quietly and help each child learn without always asking for thanks. You can also see silent power in those who fix problems in their neighborhood or help their neighbors, not for praise, but because they know it is the right thing to do. Even today, you can find silent leaders everywhere. There are people who do not have big titles or many followers. These strong people are always ready to help in a crisis. They do not run to speak first, but when everyone is lost, they listen and act. Others choose them for difficult jobs because they are not controlled by anger or fear. They use facts and kindness instead of show or force. You might meet silent leaders in your own life. There could be a nurse, a coach, or a parent who does not speak very much, but who acts with care every day. You may have seen someone stop a fight, not by shouting, but by waiting until everyone was ready to calm down. These quiet actions make a bigger difference than many loud words. The history of the world is full of people who first practiced silent power on a small scale in their homes and communities before they inspired whole countries or even the world. Their strength came from self-control, from patience, and from choosing to speak only when it would help. Many times, silent power is shown in how someone acts when no one is watching. Great leaders often worked late, did extra tasks, or supported others without asking for recognition. They did not complain about small problems. They did not react to every insult or loud voice. Their calm actions set examples for everyone around them. Some leaders with silent power have even helped in times of danger. During emergencies, there are people who do not respond with panic. They stay calm, organize others, and choose where to help first. Their clear thinking and steady way keep people safe and bring peace when things seem lost. It is important to remember that not all silent leaders are famous. Some never have their names in books. But in families, in villages, in schools, and in workplaces, these individuals help make life better for everyone. Their results slowly appear. They build friendships, solve problems, and help create safe and peaceful places to live. Silent power does not mean a person avoids decisions or is afraid to speak. It means the person is very careful about which moments require action and which can be left alone. By speaking or acting only at the right time, these leaders avoid wasting energy and avoid causing new problems. If you look for ways to practice silent power in your own life, you can remember the habits these historic leaders used. First, listen more than you speak. Second, choose your words carefully so that you do not hurt or confuse others. Third, wait for the right moment before acting, especially when feelings are strong. Fourth, show kindness and patience even when others are upset. Fifth, keep your promises and work quietly, even if no one says thank you. Many times, these leaders also faced doubt or even strong resistance. People sometimes did not understand their silent way. But over years, as they continued to act calmly and speak gently, they earned respect. People remembered them long after loud voices were forgotten. If you want to remember the effect of silent power, think about those who helped you quietly. Maybe it was someone who listened to you when you were sad or helped solve a problem without telling the world. Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you or a friend who stood by your side. These are examples of real power that does not need noise or force. Silent power does not stop working after you lead or solve a problem. It stays with you. The skills you build with patience, careful listening, and self-control make you stronger every year. People trust you more. They seek your advice and company. You build a peaceful life, even if there are hard moments. Children and young people can start learning silent power by following good examples. When they see adults who wait before speaking, who help quietly and who do not look for praise, they learn to do the same. Over time, more and more people can learn these habits, and whole communities become calmer and more safe. Silent power can help in difficult times. If you face loss, sadness, or conflict, your quiet habits will guide you. You will know how to listen to others, how to hold your feelings until you are calm, and how to act carefully. These skills help you survive hard days and help others get through them too. Learning from history, it is clear that loud words and quick action might get attention, but they do not bring lasting results. The leaders who are remembered are those who did what needed to be done, even when nobody thanked them, even when it was hard to wait, and even when it was easier to shout. Their silent power changed lives. If you start today to use silent power in your own life, you do not need a big stage or a special job. You can use it with one person or many. Choose to listen. Choose to wait. Choose careful words and gentle acts. People will notice your calm. They will want your help and your advice. You can build silent power just as strong as any leader from the past. Your actions can change your home, your school, your workplace, and your community. You may never become famous, but your quiet strength will help others, and your life will be full of respect and trust that come from doing things in a silent but powerful way. The ways of silent power that have shaped the lives of important leaders can also shape daily life in our world today. You do not have to be famous or in charge of a country to use silent power. Every person, no matter where they live or what tasks they do, faces times when being quiet and careful will help the most. In modern life, there are many places where gentle, steady actions make families, schools, and workplaces better for everyone. At home, silent power helps to keep peace even when there are many problems or busy days. For example, in families where people argue or sometimes feel stressed, a person who practices silent power can make a real difference. When someone stays calm during an argument, the loud voices start to settle. Instead of shouting back, you can listen, wait, and then talk softly when people are ready. With time, this calm way becomes a habit for the entire home. Children learn how to wait, parents learn how to solve problems without anger, and everyone begins to trust each other more. This quiet leadership does not need to be the job of one person. Any family member, no matter their age, can bring this gentle power into the home. In schools, silent power is just as useful. Many classrooms are full of loud feelings and quick words. Sometimes teachers ask questions and want fast answers. Sometimes students feel nervous when they have to speak in front of others or when there is a disagreement with a classmate. In these moments, a student or teacher who uses silent power can change everything. For example, if you wait patiently for your turn, you set a good example for your classmates. If you help solve a conflict by listening and not arguing, others will notice and maybe try your way next time. Teachers who model silent power by being calm and patient also help students learn to listen and trust each other. Workplaces today are often busy and noisy places. People work together, talk on the phone, answer many messages, and have meetings. Sometimes it is hard to hear good ideas because everybody wants to talk at once. Silent power helps at work because it allows people to step back and listen before acting. For example, if there is a problem with a project, a person who does not rush to speak but listens first can see details others miss. If someone is upset, a co-worker who is quiet and kind can make the situation better simply by not joining in loud complaints or arguments. Over weeks and months, this calm and gentle way builds respect and trust. You may find that more people want to work with you, ask for your help, or trust you with difficult jobs. In friendships, silent power also helps everyone feel safe. Friends sometimes have disagreements or go through hard times. A friend who can listen without interrupting or arguing gives comfort just by being present and calm. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for someone is to give them your quiet attention and not force them to talk if they do not want to. By practicing patience, not sharing secrets, and not talking badly about others, you become a friend who others know they can trust. These habits make friendships stronger and last for many years. Social groups, teams, or communities benefit from silent power as well. In meetings or group projects, the person who listens before giving their opinion often has the best ideas. Others appreciate when someone does not talk just to be noticed, but instead shares wise words at the right time. Quiet leaders in communities help solve problems without drama. They organize, help, and support others with steady actions instead of loud complaints. With time, these peaceful people are respected by everyone, even those with different opinions. Modern technology, like phones and computers, makes it easy to send messages and post opinions at any time. Because it is so simple to respond quickly, many people forget to use patience and silent power. If someone writes a message that makes you feel angry, your first thought may be to reply right away. It is better to wait, read the message again later, and write only when you feel calm. Saying less or choosing gentle words avoids problems that can grow quickly online. Silent power makes you safer, kinder, and more trusted in your online life. When people around you are rushing, complaining, or arguing, the person with silent power can help them slow down and think. At work or in school, meetings are often more productive when at least one person decides to focus on listening and careful speaking. Study groups, clubs, or sports teams all function better when loud voices are balanced by quiet, steady workers who help in simple ways. Even in public places, silent power brings benefits. If you are waiting in a long line at a store or need to solve a problem with a stranger, staying gentle and quiet makes the whole experience easier. People who do not argue with workers or force their opinions are usually helped more quickly and remembered as kind. Children and others who watch your example may learn from what you do, even if you never realize it. Parents who practice silent power at home teach children important skills for life. They show that problems can be solved without shouting. By waiting and speaking with care, they teach children to be patient, to listen, and to control strong feelings. These lessons do not come from words alone, but from daily actions that children see and remember. In relationships where love is important, silent power builds trust. It helps partners or friends talk about difficult feelings without fear. When one person waits for the right moment, listens quietly, or supports without judgment, the other learns to do the same. Respect grows, arguments become less common, and people feel more comfortable sharing their true feelings. In places where people work together to help others, such as hospitals, charities, or community groups, silent power helps in many ways. Healthcare workers who can listen, speak gently, and act calmly help their patients heal more quickly. Volunteers who serve quietly, without looking for rewards or thanks, are often the most respected and loved members of any team. Sometimes in life, you must face challenges that are hard to solve with words. For example, there might be unfair treatment, bullying, or people who want to make you angry or afraid. In these moments, silent power gives you the ability to choose not to fight every battle. By not reacting to every insult or unfair word, you keep your peace and your dignity. When you need to speak up, your words will mean more, because you do not speak in anger or panic. Silent power also helps with decision-making. By not rushing, you can see many sides of a problem. When choosing work opportunities, friends, or big life changes, the person who waits and thinks carefully is less likely to make mistakes. Your choices come from calm thought, not from fear of missing out or of what others will say. Many people in society today struggle with stress, sadness, or worry. Silent power can help here too. By choosing quiet time each day, or by practicing slow breathing and patient thinking, you learn to feel calm even when the world around you is busy. When you listen to yourself, not just to loud voices outside, you discover what you truly want and need. You may see in your own life that the people who practice silent power are often the most trusted friends or leaders. If you are not sure how to begin, you can start with small habits every day. For instance, you can set a goal of listening fully to 2 people before lunch, or of waiting before answering a hard question. You can write your thoughts and keep them private for a while, or choose to help someone quietly without telling others. There will be moments when others do not understand you. Some people think silence is the same as not caring. But over time, the results of your steady actions will show what silent power really means. You will see that respect and trust build slowly at first, but they last for a very long time. In work, people notice those who do not complain often, who do not join in gossip, and who perform their tasks in a quiet and careful way. These workers are often the ones who are given new responsibilities. Others go to them for advice, and managers trust them with important information. If there are conflicts, the person with silent power can help find solutions or calm angry voices. In school, students who listen, wait their turn, and help quietly often become role models, even if they are not the most popular. Younger students, teachers, and classmates learn from their example. Classes where students practice silent power are places where learning comes easily and where everyone feels safe. Families that use silent power grow closer. They know there will be arguments or mistakes, but everyone feels that they can talk and be heard. Parents show children how to wait, how to think before speaking, and how to act with kindness. Children practice these skills at home, at school, and with friends. You may also notice that silent power helps you learn new things quickly. When you are not busy proving yourself, you can watch, listen, and ask questions quietly. You can grow your skills without pressure, making progress a little each day. The habit of silent power makes learning less stressful and more natural. Being quietly strong does not mean hiding or ignoring problems. It means choosing the best moment to speak, the best words to use, and the best ways to help. It means valuing actions over empty promises and peace over loud arguments. This approach is needed today when news and opinions fill every moment. In a world where people want quick fame or are worried about being forgotten, those who use silent power do not need attention for every good thing they do. They feel proud to see others succeed, help when they can, and work for results, not praise. Silent power in modern life is not about being alone. It is about building real connections that last. By being patient, careful, and honest, you make stronger friendships and partnerships. You find people who value trust more than talking, and who respect actions more than empty words. When you use silent power every day, you also make it possible for others to learn from you. Children watch parents, students watch teachers, friends watch each other. When you stay calm in hard times, listen instead of argue, and act for good reasons, you help lift everyone around you. Silent power is not just for one day or for one big moment. It is a way to live every hour, every week, every year. Habits grow stronger with practice. Your calm and steady way becomes a comfort to yourself and others. You do not need to win every argument or prove that you are right. Being quietly strong lets you live in peace and face hard times with courage. Even when busy life brings challenges, silent power helps you find a path to trust and respect. Your work, your family, your friendships, and your community all feel the effects of your steady, gentle habits. With every simple action, waiting, listening, holding back, caring, you build a silent power that will serve you well far into the future. Each careful step you take today will make tomorrow easier, safer, and filled with more respect and kindness, not just for you, but for everyone you touch. Every person will face difficult times at home, at work, or in relationships. No matter how quiet or steady your life is, problems can appear without warning. Some days may bring stress, loss, or angry voices. There may be sadness, confusion, or big changes that make you feel lost. When these moments come, silent power does not simply disappear. Instead, it becomes even more important. Your habits of listening, waiting, and acting with care can be the difference between feeling overwhelmed and finding a calm path forward. When a challenge appears, there is often a strong urge to react quickly. People may shout, argue, or try to fix things in a hurry. Loud reactions rarely make things better. When you have practiced silent power in daily life, you already know to stop and watch before doing anything. You decide to listen to everything first. You hear all sides of the story, even from people who are upset or frightened. This patience is not easy, but it allows you to see the whole problem instead of just one piece. Sometimes the problem is not simple. There may be more than one person involved, or there are feelings that are not easy to see. By staying calm and silent, you allow people to speak honestly. They can share what is truly bothering them because they do not feel rushed or judged. This makes it much easier to understand the problem clearly. If everyone is shouting, important facts often get lost. Your steady quiet helps others to slow down so they can think and talk in a better way. When you listen first, you show respect to everyone involved. Even people who do not agree with each other feel that their words are being heard. This feeling of respect brings down stress and can even stop arguments from growing larger. Many problems at work or in the family start with someone feeling ignored or misunderstood. Silent power is a way to prevent this because you make space for honest communication. Once you have listened, you still do not have to rush into action. By waiting, you give yourself time to collect your thoughts, to look for all possible solutions, and to watch how the situation changes. Some problems seem big at first, but become smaller with time. If you act too fast, you might make a choice that you cannot change. Silent power keeps you patient so you can watch before you decide what to do next. In some difficult moments, people may even ask your opinion or your help. If you show silent power, others are likely to trust your advice. They know you do not choose sides quickly or act out of anger. Your suggestions are taken seriously because you have waited, listened, and understood as much as possible. When you speak, your words have meaning because they are based on facts, not on strong feelings. When there is disagreement, silent power helps you find solutions that are better for everyone. If a team at work is arguing, or if family members cannot agree, you can encourage everyone to explain what they want. You can repeat what you heard in a simple way, so each person knows they were noticed. Sometimes people just want their feelings to be understood. When that happens, it is easier for them to accept a solution that needs patience or change. During big problems, you may feel strong emotions like fear, sadness, or even anger. Silent power means giving space to these feelings before acting. You allow yourself time to calm down. You might talk to someone you trust, or write your feelings on paper without sending them to anyone. When you wait for your emotions to settle, your next actions are more thoughtful. You avoid words or choices you will regret later. There will be times when the challenge must be faced right away, but silent power helps here too. You take a deep breath, say only what is needed, and move step by step. You do not add more noise or trouble. Even if things are difficult, your careful habits help others around you to calm down. Group problems become smaller when at least one person can stay calm. Sometimes, the biggest challenge is not from people, but from the situation itself. Maybe there is a sudden loss or a change in your life that cannot be solved with words. Silent power gives you the strength to accept what you cannot change. You do not pretend that everything is easy, but you do not make things worse by fighting what cannot be fixed. You sit with your thoughts, you find quiet places, or take a walk, or rest until you feel ready for the next step. When others see your steady way, they may also find hope to keep going. At work, problems might come from misunderstandings, deadlines, or mistakes. A loud reaction may cause stress or blame. Someone using silent power chooses to look at the facts first. You may ask questions, write down the problem, and listen to each worker's side. Then, together, you can plan the next actions in a calm way. You do not point fingers. You focus on solving the problem, not on causing pain. In friendships or close relationships, trouble can happen through small arguments that build over time. One person may feel hurt and want to argue. Silent power helps by giving both people time to express their feelings. By not joining every argument right away or by not forcing a solution, you allow the problem to calm down. Sometimes just being present, listening, and speaking only when the time is right is enough to save the relationship or bring healing. When a crisis happens, people look for someone they can trust. If you stay calm, if you do not panic, if you listen before talking, you become the person others follow in dark or confusing times. Your peace helps others stand up again. You do not need to know all the answers. Simply by showing silent power, your presence gives comfort and hope. If people try to make you angry or blame you for something, silent power can keep you safe from being pulled into more trouble. You can say, "I understand," or choose to say nothing at all. Allow some time to pass. Do not answer insults with more insults. Do not try to prove yourself with more noise. With your calm quiet, the situation often loses its tension, and sometimes people will apologize or change their minds. There will be times when you do need to speak. Silent power helps you choose your words carefully. Speak simply. Say only what is true and helpful. If you do not know something, it is fine to say you need time to think. When you are honest and careful, people will remember your words and trust you more in the future. When a group is facing a challenge, silent power can bring everyone together. You can suggest taking turns talking or spending a few moments in silence. Just by breathing quietly, the energy in the group becomes softer. Then, together, you can look for answers that are fair or actions that are possible for everyone. Your quiet actions show that you value every member of the group. In some hard moments, you may need to make a big decision alone. Silent power means taking time to look at the facts, to listen to your feelings, and to ask for advice from people with experience. Write down what you know. Think about the good and bad sides of your choices. Wait until you feel calm and decide when your mind is clear. You do not rush, but you do not hide from what must be done. There can be challenges that last a long time, not just a day or a week. Sometimes you wait months or even years for a situation to change. Silent power gives you the strength to stay hopeful, to keep trying, and to believe that quiet action is still valuable. Over many days, small, wise choices build up and make your future brighter. When family members or friends face loss, sickness, or sadness, you may want to help but not know how. Often just being there and saying little is the best help. You can listen to their stories, sit with them, or do small acts of kindness. Do not force advice. Let them share at their own pace. Over time, your quiet support gives them comfort and trust. Sometimes, the most difficult challenge is inside your own mind. You may feel you are not good enough, or you are worried about making mistakes. Silent power teaches you to slow your thoughts, to rest, and to trust your own quiet effort. You can be gentle with yourself, forgive small problems, and focus on steps you can take today, not on every problem at once. If you are part of a group that faces a very big problem, silent power brings collective strength. Each person listens, waits, and helps when needed. The group becomes calm and creative. You can solve bigger problems together when no one is screaming or giving up. There are also times when you must face unfair treatment. Silent power means picking your response carefully. You do not need to shout. You can write a message, ask for help, or wait for the right moment to speak. Even if you must act alone, your silent habits keep you from making things worse. You keep your dignity, and sometimes you even change the mind of someone who treated you badly. Facing daily challenges with silent power means accepting that some things are not in your control. You learn to let go of what you cannot change and focus on what you can. Each day, look for small chances to be patient, to listen, and to wait before judging or reacting. When you control your voice and your actions, you keep your power no matter what is happening. It is important to remember that having silent power does not mean never having problems or always staying calm. Everyone has days of anger, frustration, or sadness. What matters most is coming back to your habits. Each time you choose to wait, listen, or act slowly, you are using your silent strength. Over time, the people in your home, your work, and your community will see your way of handling problems. They will notice your calm during storms, your fairness in disagreements, and your ability to bring peace without noise. Even if you only help a few people directly, your example can teach many others. The world often honors those who act quickly and speak loudest. But real trust and respect grow in those who act with care, honesty, and quiet strength during hard times. You do not have to tell everyone about your struggles. Your actions and your results will speak for you. People may come to you for help or advice, not because you always have answers, but because they feel safe with you. When good times return and the problem is solved or the sadness lifts, silent power does not fade. The habits you keep in hard times will stay with you. You become someone who brings hope and strength to every place you go. Others will remember not just what you did, but how you did it, with patience, respect, and simple, quiet actions. Your power in quiet, careful choices is always with you. When life brings another challenge, you will know what to do. You will listen, watch, take your time, and act with a steady heart, making your way through whatever comes with the kind of power that does not need to be seen to be real. Moving through life with silent power means you are always learning and growing. Every new day brings another chance to use what you know about patience, careful words, and listening. Each time you listen more than you speak or wait before acting, you add to your quiet strength. With every calm choice, silent power becomes a deeper part of your life. Not just something you practice once, but something that guides you hour after hour, year after year. Practicing silent power starts with small steps. You might decide that you will listen to people fully instead of planning your answer while they speak. You might pause for a few seconds before you respond to questions, or you may give yourself time to cool down after someone makes you upset. These actions do not need to be big. Even a moment of patience or a gentle pause can reduce stress and help you make wiser choices. It is helpful to pay attention to how you react in your daily life. Notice your feelings. Are you quick to get angry, or do you want to answer every problem right away? When you find yourself wanting to speak or act fast, try to stop for 1 minute. Ask yourself if it is important to act now, or if waiting would bring a better result. Often, just a little time can change what you want to say or do. If you find that silent power is difficult, understand that this is normal. Many people grow up in noisy places, with many voices telling them to react fast or to get attention quickly. Silent power takes practice. The more you try, the stronger your quiet skills become. If you forget one day, start again the next. Every person learns in their own time. You may find it useful to keep a small notebook or paper near you. At the end of each day, write down when you felt calm and when you lost your patience. You can think about what helped you act with silent power and what made it hard. This will help you find ways to use your strength more often. One goal can be to listen twice as much as you speak. If you are with friends, notice how often you interrupt. Try to listen until they finish each idea, even if you do not agree. At work, allow others to share their full thoughts before you share your own ideas. In your family, let children or parents finish their stories before speaking. This habit gives you more knowledge, builds trust, and makes your words carry more weight. Another way to practice is to wait before making important choices. If you need to decide about work, study, or relationships, give yourself time. Ask questions, gather facts, and talk only to people you trust. Do not share your plans with everyone right away. When you decide calmly and quietly, you lower the risk of mistakes and make it easier for you to feel good about your decisions later. Pay attention to your body and mind. If you feel tired or sick, remember that silent power also means knowing when to rest. You do not need to push yourself to be perfect every day. Take care of your health, get enough sleep, and eat simple, healthy food. When you feel good inside, it is easier to stay calm and patient outside. Sometimes practicing silent power means saying no to things that do not help you. You are not required to join every argument, finish every task immediately, or say yes when you do not want to. Saying no, or asking for more time, is a way to protect your energy and to show you value yourself. Others may not always agree right away, but most people learn to respect these choices in time. If you make a mistake and speak or act in anger, use silent power to fix it. Say you are sorry without blaming others. Use simple words and do not try to win the conversation. A gentle apology is very strong. It can repair trust and keep relationships healthy. In many areas of life, silent power helps you grow. You might be a student trying to learn new things. Silent power helps you pay attention for longer, ask good questions, and avoid problems with classmates. If you work with others on a project, quiet listening and patience help you avoid confusion and find the best ideas. If you are leading a team, silent power lets you hold meetings where everyone feels safe to share their thoughts. Learning does not stop when you leave school or change jobs. Silent power is a tool for every age and every situation. You can use it with neighbors, in your community, or when you join new groups. Being the one who brings calm and quiet makes you valuable no matter where you go. Over time, the way you use silent power may change. When you are young, you may practice by sitting quietly in class or waiting to speak at family meals. As you grow older, you might face bigger choices, like which jobs to take, which friends to trust, or how to help family members going through hard times. Silent power stays with you in all of these moments, always making it easier to act with care. Sometimes you may feel very proud of yourself for staying calm or for helping someone with quiet support. Other times you may feel that your silent actions do not matter because others do not notice or thank you. Remember, silent power does not need public praise. The peace you build is its own reward. Even if no one says anything, people will see your strength through how you act and what you do every day. If you want to share silent power with others, it is best to lead by example. Show your family, friends, and co-workers how to listen, how to wait, how to speak gently, and how to act with care. Do not force others to be like you. Over time, many people will learn from what they see. They may ask for your advice, or they may simply start to copy some of your actions. You may also use quiet support when someone else feels angry or upset. Instead of telling them to calm down, listen to their feelings. Give them space if they ask for it. If you disagree, wait until the right moment to share your ideas. This helps other people grow their own silent power, and it builds trust between you and them. When facing difficult days, silent power gives you new options. If you are sad, you can give yourself permission to rest. You can write down your feelings, go for a walk, or talk to a close friend. If you are in trouble at work, you can stop yourself from speaking out of panic. Instead, wait and talk when you are ready. Silent power allows you to move through hard times with less pain and more hope. As the months and years pass, you will see that silent power is always growing. Some problems that once made you angry will seem less important. Some arguments that used to pull you in will no longer matter. As you gain practice, you will spend less energy on noise and more on what brings peace and real results. There may be people around you who do not agree with your silent way. They may say you are too quiet, too slow, or too passive. If their words make you doubt, look back at your results. Think about the respect you have built, the trust of your friends or co-workers, and the peace you bring to your own life. Remember why you chose this quiet path, and remind yourself that silent power is for you, not for the approval of others. If you want to grow even stronger, look for ways to expand your silent power. Maybe you want to help in your community by volunteering quietly. You can support people in need by listening to their stories or by doing small acts of kindness. You can build silent power in big projects by being the person who keeps everyone calm when problems happen. If you enjoy learning, you can read books or listen to the stories of people who have used silent power in history or today. You can notice how they solved problems, waited for the right time to act, and avoided noise or drama. These stories will help you see new ways to bring silent power into your own life. You may also want to practice silent power with your health. Slow your days, eat slowly, rest when you are tired, and take care of your body with quiet habits. When you are gentle with yourself, your mind also becomes more steady. You are less likely to panic or feel lost during stressful moments. Reflecting on your life is a good way to see how far you have come. Spend a little time each week thinking about what situations made you use silent power. Notice who made you feel respected or calm. Think about any mistakes and what you learned from them. This reflection helps you grow and plan how to become even stronger. You can try meditating or sitting in silence for a few minutes each day. These small practices make it even easier to wait and listen in real life. You may find that your heart beats slower, your mind is less busy, and your actions feel more peaceful. If you use technology often, practice using silent power in your online life too. Pause before sending messages. Wait before leaving comments. Remind yourself that you do not have to answer every post or react to every news story. Keeping your phone silent at times or stepping away helps you focus on yourself and your real life. Remember, silent power is not about never speaking or always being passive. It is about knowing which words and actions will help the most. Sometimes you must speak up, but when you do so calmly and at the right time, your words are heard with more respect. As you grow silent power, you will influence others without trying. Your family will feel more at home. Your friends will want your advice. Your co-workers will know they can trust you. Children who watch you will learn to wait and to solve problems without making trouble. You help build a better world with each silent, careful decision you make. Problems become easier to solve. Crises are less scary, and daily life feels safer and kinder. You will also feel proud, knowing you can handle almost anything by listening, waiting, and acting with thought and care. The cycle of silent power is simple. Each patient word brings more respect. Each small action builds trust. Each time you choose quiet over noise, you gain more control over your life and support the people around you. When you face new problems, remember what you have learned. Listen first, speak second, act thoughtfully, and trust that silent power is always with you. If life becomes difficult, come back to these skills. You may not be able to fix everything, but you can always decide what kind of person you want to be. One who chooses calm, care, and gentle strength over noise or pride. As you look to the future, you know that silent power will bring you peace, trust from others, and the kind of respect that lasts a lifetime. Let every single day be a new opportunity to strengthen your quiet ways. No matter where life takes you, you will be ready, with calm, with patience, and with silent power that will serve you and everyone you touch for many years to come.